यहाँ पे Destin की शामत आ गई. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you know the times are desperate when IGN becomes the voice of reason. We all know what happened. Couple of days ago, IGN put up a video over on, or Destin put up a video on IGN, and that video blew up to almost 1.5 million views. He was talking the obvious. He didn't say anything too controversial, in my opinion, and probably in your opinion too. And IGN secured a big W. A lot of people were celebrating. A lot of people were saying that IGN, we did not expect this, like, holy F. Y'all are finally, you know, come here, brothers, come here. Thank you all for supporting the gamers. Y'all should have been the voice of reason for many years, but you know what, we are on your side because you are on our side. And IGN put up a video. Destin made that video initially. He put up the video on IGN. He was talking about how devs are getting very bad, how devs are getting greedy, how publishers are putting out unfinished messes filled with bugs, this and that, microtransactions, so forth, and you know what I mean, right? Like, he pissed off so many devs, and the devs are keep on going. These devs are so angry that Destin is now damage controlling. Oh, shit. This is part 3, part 4, I'm not sure. Thank you all for liking and subscribing. We're gonna get right into the story. We upload every single day, so hit the subscribe bell and check this out.
Destin did kind of go into damage control after this video because a lot of developers started to mock and to be outraged by it. We're gonna get to those tweets in a second, but this is the follow-up tweet he had on the situation. I'm working on a follow-up to the Baldur's Gate 3 piece. A lot of great points have been made about what I could have done better. It's also clear that I touched
Destin, don't back down, bro. Please, for the love of God, don't tell me that you have seen what those devs said, and don't tell me like you're now gonna like backtrack on that, bro. What you said was perfect. You said no lies. You said no lies. Don't backtrack,
something that has been bubbling up for customers for a long time, and I want to do a better job exploring it in a way that's fair to developers. I'll take the presentation lesson to heart. I will be contacting experts privately, but completely understand if the response is stuff it for now. And he got a lot of that stuff it from developers in response to the video.
Devs got mad, and guys, emergency meeting immediately. This is gonna knock your socks out, okay? Because yesterday, you probably heard of the drama, right? I made a video on it. Everybody's talking about it. Mudahar also tweeted about it because somebody actually, this person actually went ahead, and opinions are fine. I mean, it's whatever, right? But it's like this drama kind of blew up because everybody thought that it was a toxic gamer. Everybody thought that it was like a Sony pony, like a deranged Sony pony. Some thought that it was an undercover X-bot trying to make Sony ponies look bad, because this ain't even an issue. As somebody who plays on PlayStation, I'm semi-interested in Starfield. I'm actually looking forward to the game, right? But even if I was not, I don't view this as an issue. I talked about this in my last video. I said that, bro, I love clean HUDs. I love clean menus, and this map is clean. It's clean as hell. And apparently this guy got mad. People thought that it was a toxic gamer, myself included. We all thought that it was a toxic gamer, first world problems. But guys, prepare for impact. Apparently it is a dev. Oh shit. Yeah, it is a dev. He worked on OG World of Warcraft, producer, Diablo, StarCraft. Now understand this, opinions are fine, but it's one of those things like, bruh, like that ain't even anything to be mad about. Like, I understand if suckers want to be mad about like no 60 FPS, that's like a bigger conversation. That's like the most important conversation. Games should be at least 60 FPS because Xbox advertised their console as 120 FPS and PS5 advertised their console as 120 FPS as well. So we should have been talking about it, but I mean, listen, the priorities are completely here, and suckers are imagining that maybe he got mad because there isn't even a screen or an option for microtransactions. Maybe that's why he got mad. Maybe he wanted those $30 skins, $20 skins to show up. Maybe that's why he got mad.
And the title of it saying that they're panicking. To be clear, the piece was meant to express my own frustration with the current state of AAA gaming, and I didn't intend to offend the hardworking developers out there or rile up fans against them. Now, once again, I want to reiterate this original Twitter thread which started off.
Toxic gamers!
All of this controversy originated from an indie developer, and it blew up out of proportions, in which we saw lots of AAA developers remarking on it. And there was disagreement with this sentiment that this game shouldn't be raising a standard. We saw one developer, this is something a lot of people have been talking about. I talked about in my original video from like a month ago, in which a developer that used to work at Riot Games saying they disagreed with it. And we saw other developers disagreeing. So it's not like this is...
Okay, there have been, Juno, Juno, I mean, that was a rare W. Juno is like, bruh, we gotta higher our standards, because other devs were like, the price is not too high, the game prices need to go high, expectations need to go lower. Literally, that's what the other devs were saying, but Juno came to the rescue. She's like, I might be strong, might be independent, but this time gamers are right. And for that, Don DeMarco once again.
There's one consensus that all AAA developers believe that standards shouldn't be raised. We
Juno.
even saw the founder of Larian responding saying that standards are meant to be broken. There is no standard. So regardless, I wanted to bring that up because we had this specific article coming from a former journalist, former game developer. I'm not sure what he does.
Yelling is not journalism. Yeah!
Necessarily right now, but yelling is not journalism. That was his response to the video. We saw lots of outrage to IGN's video. We're going to go over more tweets in a second, but this is something that's been shared by a lot of developers, this specific article.
Yeah,
I decided to comment on this as a former journalist myself after a few people told me that the video raises a good point. I think it does. I will first say that no point is raised in this video. The video instead asks a rhetorical question about what has been posted ad nauseum since the advent of DLC. Why can't AAA games come out with perfect polish from day one? And I think that really simplifies IGN, what they were saying, what gamers have been...
My guy got the... you see this here? My guy got that one of those bra face here. Like, look at that.
And I think that really...
Look at that. My guy got that... Bruh. He got that bra face. This is all the gamers when they see, like, the store working day one, but the game not working. This is how we look at these devs and publishers out there.
Simplifies IGN, what they were saying, what gamers have been criticizing about this AAA games industry the last couple of years, because it isn't just about polish. It's all over monetization, the unfinished state of games, and there's just so many controversial things that games have done. The NFTs, the blockchain nonsense. We go publisher to publisher.
Surprise mechanics as well. Don't forget the surprise mechanics, but those are just surprise mechanics. Why don't you love opening those loot boxes up? We made that with passion, love, and care.
Sure, each of them have some sort of controversial aspect that they've been exposed for the last couple of years. Now, instead of talking to people and attempting to answer that question, IGN's Destin IGN chooses to make a reaction video multiple times admitting he doesn't know anything about the subject, but is simply...
Oh shit! Reaction video? Reaction
Oh my
video?
god! Oh my god!
Damn, son. Okay, they don't like the reaction videos, I guess. Okay.
Angry. This is not what journalism should be. Using angry gamer language when no research has been done, as admitted by the videographer, along with naming a bunch of game devs and showing their tweets. Again, this originated from an article from a journalist.
Toxic gamers, just say it. You just want to label gamers as problematic. You want to label gamers as bad, right? Because yeah, we should not hire over expectations over standards. We should just shut up. We should act like sheeps and buy every trash you put out on the market that has $30, $20 microtransactions, battle passes day one, store working day one, but the game's not working, filled with bugs, filled with glitches at launch. Yeah, we should definitely shut up and pay $70 for it and expect it not to work and just shut up and just eat that up. Yeah, absolutely. That's how we should be, right? Yeah. Absolutely, I agree.
Game World Observer, so it's not like he went out of his way to put these developers on blast. And again, public website anyway, invites angry fans to go harass them, which is of course what is happening. I have not seen any proof of that myself, but I've said this.
And nowhere in that video, Destin was like, yo, attack the devs. Nowhere he showed where to go, what to do. He never even gave a tutorial, y'all. He never even showed or said any, he never even mumbled any words like attack the devs or anything. He never said that. Dog, like, this is pathetic though. This is pathetic. Y'all should just focus on making your games the best you can. Just shut up, make the games, okay? Make the best game you can. And I get it. You want to have an opinion like this menu doesn't look that good. Okay, fine, have that. But like, damn, dog. We all know you're talking about this because you want $30, $20 skin in this shop. The reason you're probably mad is because this menu doesn't have a store. Like, dog, that is crazy to me, bro.
Numerous times again. There's no reason to go after these developers for their opinions. That's just ludicrous, stupid. They don't even have a say in most of the decision making with what games are going to be and when they're going.
I agree to a certain degree though. Like, I'm pretty sure some devs are probably just working. They're passionate. They're good devs. I'll be 110%. And some of the devs that probably get flack from the community, that's undeserved. Those are not the right people. Those are not the right devs to you know, be angry at. I get that there are a lot of devs that get hit with the bumbleclad. And they shouldn't be. Like, there's some good devs out there, but let's be real, the higher up devs, I feel like that the directors and the people in charge, the managers, those are the ones that truly decide what goes in their game and where their priorities go. So if you want to be mad at somebody, I guess you gotta be mad at them, because yeah, the low level, the base floor employees and devs, they're just there to work the job, and they're there to just support their family. They want to just put food on the table. For example, if you're working at a McDonald's, you're not there to make the burger, you're there to just give the burger to the customer, right? You're there to do your job, and that's simple as that. You want to support your family, simple as that.
To release. This reminds devs of 2014, you know what he's mentioning, GG. What? And naturally, we do not like it. And the
okay, I'm not sure what happened back in 2014.
Abstract, here's a big part of it. Games release in imperfect states because devs either run out of money or the shareholders of their parent company mandate that a game must come out in a certain window, which devs have no control over. I've said that myself.
Yeah, like, let's be real, like the normal devs, the everyday working devs, they probably don't have the say when the game comes out. We heard that the same situation with Cyberpunk devs. Initially they did not say, but when the game came out, magically they started saying. That tells me two things: either they knew, which obviously they knew, right? But secondly, it tells me that they did not have the control, they did not have the say. So the game came out, they're like, yeah, we wish we were given enough time. And I do believe that they actually meant that. Some of them, at least, not the higher-ups, not the ones that actually decide to pull the trigger and release the game, right? With Cyberpunk, because the devs were saying, had it been that we were given like an extra year or two, the game would have been a lot more better. And I'm sure if the game was not on PS4 and Xbox One, it would be a lot more better as well. And that's the argument that a lot of people bring up, and rightfully so. I understand, but also you gotta understand this, that the game was initially marketed like Cyberpunk wasn't even a PS5 game, y'all. It wasn't even an Xbox Series X game. It was supposed to be on PS4 and Xbox One to begin with, because they hyped the game up so much, and they first dropped the trailer, first dropped the reveal when PS4 and Xbox was coming out. I believe even a year before that, 2012 I believe, and 2013 is when PS4 and Xbox One came out. It's been a minute, y'all. It's been a hell of a long time, bro.
And he talks about the individual games that have been praised lately. Baldur's Gate 3, which was launched in a polished state, actually launched in early access. Again, I think that Baldur's Gate 3 has proven that there are other ways games can release. Tears of the Kingdom. Why was this so polished? Because Nintendo has literal billions of dollars in cash reserves. And you know what lots of publishers have? Billions of dollars in cash reserves.
There we go.
From Software, their past success has led them to be given a blank check and a ready when it's ready attitude. Again, that's something that we could uphold for a lot of this industry, but these publishers do not care. The point is to think that...
Ready! It's coming when it's ready. We heard that sucker so many times. The games never come out when they're ready, okay? Now, I truly hope that Starfield comes out ready, because if Starfield doesn't come out ready, if Starfield launches without being ready, bro, it's gonna start another WW in the gaming community. We're gonna have a ton of drama. Suckers would be dancing, suckers would be doing helicopters with their release, and there would be suckers that would actually be like, holy, you know what I'm saying? And there will be suckers that would be crying too, bro. It would be a
Baldur's Gate 3 as an immaculate polished release out of the gate is incorrect, and if you held other games to that standard, it would not make sense. After all, Baldur's Gate 3 took 3 years from early access launch at $60 to where it releases in a polished state.
$60? But games should be $70. $60 not good. Bruh.
Simply, other games cannot be held to that standard because that standard is illusory. There was an opportunity with a video like this to give players context for why games release the way they do, but instead it was designed to incite anger directed at a few devs. No, it wasn't. It was incited to show that consumers, gamers, are very upset with the state of games, especially all of the game releases we've had this year. So many of them have launched unfinished, they've been buggy, they've been a mess, and it's only getting worse with time. And he says to incite anger directed at a few devs, that was certainly accomplished as this indie developer is getting harassed relentlessly. Again, if that is happening, I have not seen it myself, but that is horrible. I don't know why anybody's directing at it, because the only...
I don't wanna act like that guy. Okay, show me who asked, or show me who said that, but I'll be that guy. Show me who said, okay? Because I have not seen that. I have not seen that. And I'm not trying to act like, hey, I personally never went to Japan, so Japan doesn't exist. I don't want to act like one of those guys that I don't think Japan exists. I don't think the planet Mars exists because I've never been there. I don't want to act like that guy, but still though, I want to be like that guy. Show me Show me who said, okay? Show me who said.
The only thing he really did was start a conversation, and we saw a lot of developers go off, and that's where, well, it ignited this conversation that we're having now. Something that maybe we should have had before. But is that really the kind of anger you want? Is that the tactic you want to take in a post-GG world? Anyway, that perspective was shared by a lot of developers, a lot of them tweeting out this article. We even saw some of them go after myself and some other YouTubers, and it was actually...
What? Oh shit! They went after you too? Okay, I think I know what I think I know the plot. Is it like the IGN description where they mentioned Destin? Destin mentioned Young, yeah. You, LegacyKilla, and also like ENDYMION, yeah, right? I think that's
funny because if you look at IGN's original thread, they mentioned another YouTuber.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, they ended up removing ENDYMIONtv though. IGN did that, so like we were all like, hey man, it's probably like, it is desperate times, don't get me wrong, like it is desperate times, and to see IGN, out of everybody, to see IGN speak and be the voice of reason. But after that, they did this shiza where they took out ENDYMIONtv. ENDYMIONtv, controversial, but for the most part, has different opinions. That has unique opinions. I like it. I absolutely like it. And he says nothing wrong. At least the videos I watch. I'm not sure about, like, I cannot say that for all of his videos, right? He might have said some like crazy stuff that I don't agree with, and the fact that I say this, like, then damn, okay, darn, okay, like, darn. But yeah, I like ENDYMIONtv.
YouTuber ENDYMIONtv, I apologize if I said that wrong. And they also mentioned Young, yeah, Young, yes, says he never talked about this. And then the specific YouTuber ENDYMION wasn't mentioned anymore, I guess because he has controversial content. I don't know why IGN did that. It's ridiculous. You obviously watched his content, you credit him. Why would you take that out? Makes no sense to me. Ridiculous, but anyway.
It's because he's just a hater. He's toxic. He's just manipulating.
He said, it's true, I just didn't want to wade through that part. I guess he didn't want to mention other YouTubers that covered it. Well, maybe you should mention the article that really ignited all of this to begin with, but I guess not. We did see, again, other developers. We had one from CDPR saying, I haven't personally commented on
The devs are panicking. Lock yourselves in the basement because another microtransaction disaster is about to drop.
Making devs narrative because I don't like to give exposition to media and influencers who spin toxic narrative and craft illusion that devs are lazy and scam players. And again, I don't think that was the narrative that's happening here. A disconnect between gamers and developers right now. I think a lot of gamers' frustration is at the companies, not the specific developers on the low ground who are just trying to make the best game possible, but it's the decision makers. And for what it's worth,
it was never about like the devs or anything. It was always about the publishers. But when devs get so like, they blame their fan base, and when they blame their customers and the gamers, that gamers bad, lower your expectations, the price is not too high, the price needs to go high, expectation needs to go lower. So obviously your customers gonna call you out. Whatever happened to customer always right, because that's something that we used to hear for literally ever. Like, customer is always right, but now it's like the customer is wrong, the customer do not know what they want, the customers is bad, the customers, I mean, the same customer, those are the same customers that are gonna pay for your salary. Like, dog, you are blaming your fan base, you're blaming your customers. Like, I mean, that's wild to me, bro.
The last time I saw this lazy narrative, it actually came from a developer. This is a big story at the time, but a Bungie developer called
these devs are calling each other, and for real though, I made a mistake yesterday. I thought this was like a toxic gamer, like maybe a Sony Pony or Undercover X-Bot, right? Happens to be a toxic dev. Like, boys, there we go. Like, I'm not saying that gamers not bad. Like, some gamers take it way too far. You know who you are, okay? You know who you are. And seriously, like, y'all suckers gotta stop like sending death threats. Y'all suckers gotta stop like sending, and you know what, like, nowadays, like, I'm a little bit like, you know, seeing what's happening now, I would not be surprised if some of these devs make this shiza up and they just exaggerate that. Yeah, I got a death threat. Meanwhile, they probably just got an angry fan saying that the game should not be $60. Remove microtransaction. They probably get a whole lot of that, and just spin that around and they spin the narrative and they say that, yeah, we ended up getting like a death threat. Meanwhile, it's just like gamers are asking for better. That's it. Like
Diablo 4 scaling lazy, and Blizzard's own boss, Mike Ybarra, responded to it saying lazy, huh? Another developer commenting on the original IGN piece saying only the most willfully illiterate and bad faith readers could see the dev conversations about Baldur's Gate 3 and turn that into devs don't like how good this game is because they need to make good games. Well, some other developers took it that way, just saying. We also saw this take, and I actually think this is a very good one. This is coming from the creative director at Arcane. I think he worked on Deathloop recently. I'd say some games, RDR2, Elden Ring, Breath of the Wild, Nier Automata, do make you feel like they are in another league entirely, as you can't fit them in your mind and break them down as creations projects immediately. This wow effect makes us feel just as mind blown and starstruck as when we were just players, not part of the industry. It's a wonderful feeling, yes, but after years of making games, it's challenging and can lead to questioning yourself as a significant trigger for imposter syndrome. You wonder how they made it. You don't immediately see the strings as you usually do, but time will help you digest this creation.
Time will definitely, and they're really trying to cancel this man. This literally just happened. Check this video out. They really are after this man. Like, holy, they're not stopping. If you have not seen it, check it out, and I will see you right there.